Frakkin Nerds. This is L Rock reporting from GenCon 2014 in Indianapolis, Indiana on Saturday, August the 16th. Standing here with Mr. Jason Brenner, head honcho at Upper Deck Entertainment. How are you doing today, Mr. Brenner?
Doing good. How are you?
Can't complain, but you've got the coffee, so you got more reason to be excited than I do. All right, so tell us. I know this isn't your first time at GenCon. You were here last year for the K events. Have we seen an increase of participation this year for the legendary events?
100%. Not 100% attendance, but 100% yes, we have. So last year we did a little bit differently. We didn't run one big 10K. We did two 5Ks, so we kind of split up our audience. This year, one 10K, max capacity. We had to turn people away. We had 204 people playing yesterday, and we had to turn away I think it was 37. So next year we need more seats. Right on. Yeah.
Of course, last year I was in one of them, and I think we had 96 people. So yeah, that's quite the increase to have just a little bit over 240 people that actually signed up. So that's pretty huge.
Yeah, we sold out on pre-reg about 2 weeks ago, and then we graciously GenCon opened up some more seats for us. And I wanted those strictly for just walk-up, so people who just didn't have a chance to do pre-reg still had a shot when they showed up here.
Right on. Yeah. Right on. All right, now, for those that don't know much about Upper Deck, right now they specialize in the Marvel brand. Right now they're advertising Legendary, the deck-building game. Here we have the image for the new Villains expansion, which I've played. It's very, very fun. Tell me, what do we have upcoming for Legendary?
Well, a lot of things. So right now we have launched Villains, which is obviously our new core set. We have Legendary Encounters at this show right now. People have been playing it all weekend. People have been buying it all weekend. We've sold out the last 2 days. We're tracking to sell out again today and likely tomorrow. So I'm super happy about that. And the cool thing is people were playing Encounters. Now I've been very vocal about it on BGG and some other websites, that it's not the same game as Marvel Legendary. It's a very different experience. But I think when people sit down, in the back of their heads, they're still thinking okay, it's Legendary with Alien, but it's not. It's just such. They walk away going, I was not expecting that. In a very cool way. This freaked me out. It was terrifying. It was scary. I don't want to play again because we died horribly. in standard Alien fashion.
What made you decide on the Alien franchise over, say, other movie franchises?
First and foremost, giant Alien fans. I mean, look, we've been talking to Fox for a while, and this was, some years back, and, it came up that Alien is something that people around this industry really haven't done. We want to do it, because we're all, like I said, we're all rabid fans, we love the property, it just hasn't been tapped into. And I think what happens is, when you do something like Alien, you get a lot of people that go, man, I'm not really into gaming, but I love Alien, so I want to play this game. So we're helping. We're helping the industry. We're bringing in new people, man. It's a big party. But at the end of the day, you got people who are huge gamers, and they go, yeah, I love gaming, and there's nothing Alien around here, so I'll try it and give it a shot. And then they walk away blown away, and they're like, I got to go watch the movies again. I think I need to go watch the films again. Aliens is the best thing that ever happened to sci-fi, so, I mean, and it just turns out great.
Just the ultimate cross-promotion is what you're going for, essentially.
That's how we roll, man.
What about other movie franchises? Have you considered doing something like maybe Predator, Terminator, Star Wars, since you have a Disney license?
Dude, you're tapping into everything I want to do. Why not just throw in Transformers and G.I. Joe, right?
I mean, G.I. Joe Encounters would be sick.
Yeah, yes, it would. So, yeah, here's the thing. Anybody who wants to give us those licenses, we'll take them. We'll take them all. We love
Hear that, Mattel?
He-Man.
I'm personally wishing for Ninja Turtles myself, but I'm a mark, so what can I say?
Who isn't? We have a rabid Ninja Turtle fan from our product manager, Bubby Johansson. Guy's a nut for turtles. So, look, all those things could happen. Yes, the idea, to answer your question, we want to, not just stop at one. We want to make sure that we cover all of our bases with licenses we have and licenses we don't have yet. And there's one that I will be announcing tonight. We're always, we're very strategic in our partnerships that we work with. We don't just go out and get everybody. We just really pick and choose our lanes and try to make the smartest decisions that we can based on, what we like in-house. We play all of our stuff. We develop all of our stuff internally. We don't farm anything out. Like, we have game designers like Devin Lowe, who's done Marvel Legendary, who, builds the architecture for us, and then we develop it, in-house. We're all hands-on guys and gals. So if we don't like it, we probably don't want to do it. Now, all those things you just mentioned, we like. So let me be clear.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Not much motivation behind it, there's not.
Right. So we don't just go, anybody who throws something at us, we'll take just to have it. We're very strategic and, like, we just want to make some cool stuff. So, yeah, there are plans for Predator for sure because we do have that license through Fox. We obviously have Firefly, which we have a dice game coming out, later this year. It's going to be a really fun one, So there's other things we also want to do with these licenses. I mean, I see standalone Predator titles that, for better or for worse, probably have a little hunter-prey aspect to them because isn't that what Predator is, right?
Predator
It's a hunter.
alien especially. Yeah.
Gee, who would have thought of that one, right?
I know, right?
So, yeah, I mean, there's probably going to be some Predator activity and Legendary encounters. It makes sense. Yeah.
Personally, I'd be looking forward to the Firefly crew trying to take on the alien race. Like, they will never have a test like that. Let's steal some goods, and we might get murdered. This is bad.
That sounds pretty amazing. For
sure. Last question I have then. What inspired the decision to bring back the Versus system? Especially as a living card game, because I know that's a fairly more popular medium right now than it would have been 10 years ago. CCG is still a big deal, but maybe the game had its time. But now you bring it back as a living card game. Why now?
Well, you know what? The first and foremost answer is because fans want it, and Upper Deck is in it's a new age of our company, quite frankly, and it's a much better age in the fact that we are listening to what players have to say. Now, I know a lot of players have been talking about it for a long time, and we didn't do anything with it. We're doing it now, but I do want to be clear. What we're trying out is we're using GenCon as a test market. We have heard, the cries and the pleas of all the fans on every forum we go to and every con we attend. Every Christmas dinner we have with our family, we hear the question, it's always there. Where's Versus? When I sleep, it's in my nightmares. But look, the fact is, we know that those fans exist, and we know they're out there. We know they want it back, and we're trying to do it. We brought back a preview edition of Versus, and we did it so that people could have something to actually take away with them, so that they know that we're trying to be serious about this, not just making an announcement and then it just kind of fades into obscurity. We don't want that to happen. And the other thing is, if we do this, we're going to do it right. We're going to bring it out probably if we do it, it'll be a 2015 initiative. But, again, to your point, the motivation were the fans, and, we're listening. We want them to know that we haven't forgotten. We're trying to be respectful of how they want their game to be. We also want to be able to bring in new players, which is something that, quite frankly, to be very honest, didn't happen when Versus System was around from 2004 to 2009. It was very hard for new players to come in because they felt very intimidated. If they were 3 sets behind, there's, not a lot of people are going to go out and drop $1,000 on a case to try to get the cards they need to compete in a circuit. And that, that meant it was a very high barrier of entry. New players couldn't come in and feel comfortable. And, the player base shrunk to, strictly pros. That's not a bad thing, but it's hard to sustain a business that way.
It's hard to embrace growth with something like that. So, yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, it's tough, man. So the new model, if we do it, it'll be more of a game-in-a-box style where, I buy a master set, you buy a master set, we get the same cards. We get a bunch of cards, and it still allows, like, a lot of different creative ways to build a constructed deck. So it's not just going to be buy a set, it's just one deck, and then you have the exact same deck. When we play, we're playing the exact same thing. That doesn't make sense either. So, I really want to give a robust, set with then, expansion follow-ups, and everybody can pick and choose what they want and then build their deck how they want to, construct their deck, and then come to the table with their best foot forward. But that allows for new players to, have the same opportunity as the seasoned vets to have all the cards to, try to compete and build, a competitive deck, out of the gate. And I think that's cool.
All right. Well, thanks so much for being with us today, Mr. Brenner, here at GenCon. Good talking to you. Best of luck with everything up in the future, especially through 2015. I'll see you next year.